So Kavua is our 16-year-old Okapi. She has been showing some skin issues for several years now that we suspected were allergies. They look similar to allergies. She gets very itchy certain times of year, and she'll actually scratch so hard that she starts to get a little bit bald on her neck. And most of the time we've been able to control it with allergy medication. She's had a variety of different treatments that we've tried medically, and the keepers are doing a great job giving her different kinds of baths, topical treatments, and even some of the generic allergy meds that you and I would take. But we found that this last bout of allergies just was not calming down. We could not keep it under control. So one of the things we had talked about was doing allergy testing in her. For her, allergy testing is not so much about figuring out if she has allergies, but exactly what allergies she has, and using that information to create a custom therapy so that we can target specifically those allergies and not just the general things that anybody might experience. And what that's called is an immunotherapy. The challenge is the way that you do that, very similar to humans, is an intradermal skin test, which means that you take a lot of little tiny needles that have the allergens and you prick the skin with them to see if the skin has an allergic reaction. Now you can imagine an Okapi is probably not going to hold still for 82 tiny little pricks to figure out what allergies she has. And this actually requires a full anesthesia to keep her still and keep her safe and staff safe while we do this testing. So this is not something that we wanted to do without a really, really good reason. And now that we're finding we can't control her allergies with your generic allergy and antihistamines, we realized we had to take the next step. And another step was finding a dermatologist who was trained in doing this allergy testing. So we had a board specialized dermatologist come in and be able to do this testing for us. Dr. Griffin was really great. She's worked with other zoos before, and she does a lot of work with cats and dogs and horses. So we set up a day with her. We did an anesthesia in Kavua, and she did very, very well. While we had Kavua under, we also wanted to do a full health exam. We take every opportunity when we have an anesthetized animal to get as much information as we can. So not only did we do a full health profile, a full physical exam, we got blood work for her general health and assessments, but we also took some skin biopsies to make sure that allergies were the main thing affecting her and then there aren't any other skin issues happening. We did have to shave a patch on her neck so that we had some clean skin to be able to read those tests. And then we had to wait for them to have a reaction, which took somewhere between 5 and 15 minutes, and then read them all out right there and had a sense of what she was allergic to. Now you can probably see that she did have a reaction to those allergens, and she reacted to a lot of them. Nearly half of those 82 had either a mild or moderate response to her allergy. Now that we have this information, Dr. Griffin is going to go back and can actually create that custom therapy for Kavua to be able to provide this immunologic change so that we can help reduce her allergies to each of those weeds and trees and grasses. And obviously she can't live in a bubble. She had some reaction to different kinds of tree pollens, grasses, weeds, even some insect bites or things as simple as dust mites. All of these things we can't completely prevent her exposure to each of these. So using this immunotherapy will hopefully really help reduce her allergy reactions. Unfortunately, allergy immunotherapy takes a really long time before we start seeing the benefits because we do have to get the immune system used to reducing that reaction. So we do expect that it may be 3 to 6 months before we see the real benefits of this. And in the meantime, we're going to go back to using Kavua's regular allergy medications and allergy treatments to kind of reduce her current flare-up. The good news is this immunotherapy can be given one of two ways. Either it can be given as an injection or it can be given as a sublingual therapy, which is super easy in Kavua because she's got a nice long tongue and a good mouth. And all you have to do is put a few drops into the mouth or on the tongue so that it absorbs across those mucous membranes. Right now, we'll be doing it once a day, and she'll probably be on this treatment for the rest of her life. There may be a time when we can reduce the frequency of treatment, but for now, that should be pretty easy to do for Kavua, which is a really great option for her. So we're really hopeful that this treatment is going to be able to give Kavua a better quality of life moving forward. We know that it's not a quick fix and it was a lot of work to get this information, but we're super excited to have that information now and we feel like it went really well.